I have an absolute treat for you today and a treat for myself as well. See how you get on.
There we go. Oh gosh. Oh!
147. That's a mic drop. Rose Zhang, welcome.
Thank you for inviting me.
I heard so much about you. Amazing player. Obviously, the
Hopefully.
resume already precedes you. Fantastic stuff. But we're going to put
I
you under a little
appreciate
challenge today. So
All
Adidas
right.
have kindly invited me here to take you on. So what we're going to do, we've
Perfect.
got our full swing. I admit we're hitting down a little bit of a cliff and into breeze.
All right.
So any number for anyone looking at, we're going to go normalized. You can explain to our viewers, what does normalized mean?
Yeah, normalized numbers basically mean it's not accounting for wind or for the lie, the elevation change. Basically all the numbers that we're hitting are going to be the distance that it's normally going in normal conditions.
Fantastic. There you go. Do you ever practice with in the normalized feature?
I 100% do.
Perfect.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's honestly a really important thing to actually practice in normalized because you at least want to know what the numbers are going on average.
Okay.
And you know, depending on different regions, you can actually see what the differences are between normalized numbers versus numbers that you're hitting that day in that particular area.
Okay, so the gamification of this, so that you guys can speak up, Adidas, like I said, have kindly given Rose's time to be here on the channel today. So we're going to spell Adidas. The first one to get to it wins. So there could be quite a few shots hit, depending on how my wedges or mid irons hold up, or I could get absolutely hammered and this video could be over very quickly. We shall see. I'll go first. Normalized feature. We're just going down towards that shadow. Okay. I've got a pitching wedge, so I'm going to start us out with a pitching wedge. Whoever wins then can pick the club for the next shot.
Oh.
I'm going to pre-warn you because you're wearing some beautiful white clothing. Maybe step back a bit in case the catch is a bit heavy. I don't want you chewing on this divot.
Oh gosh.
Okay, pitching wedge into breeze, see how it goes, and then I'll call the shot before we look back. I'm going to say 125. Let's see what our full swing says. 113. But that number though is not normalized. So if I hit normalized, 123.
All right.
123.
All right.
Okay, so that's within 2. That's a good start.
Close enough.
That is a great start. When you're practicing like this and you've got the breeze, is it hard or easy for you? Because as a player, you're obviously going to want to hit this through and hit down on it.
Right.
How do you then hit this to know that you're going to get whatever shot you hit in the feel? You're going to base it off feel? Are you going to tell us the number before? You've got to get within 1 to be not leading this competition so far. But talk to us a bit about flighted wedges in the wind, and if you're practicing in the wind, and do you change it?
Especially with golf being an outdoor sport, you always have to learn how to flight it. Flight the golf ball, learn how to make the golf ball move right to left, left to right. But I mean, in this case, since we're playing a game of distance, I basically have a stock yardage that I go to in terms of full swing, you know, not accounting for the wind as much. It's essentially going to be based on feel. So we'll see if I can get within 2 yards.
Okay.
Maybe
within 2 ties, we'll both get an A if it's within 2. Lovely strike. Don't look back.
I'm gonna say 118.
118, 116. That's a hell of a start. So we'll tie that up. We both get A's. Well done. I shall pick the next shot. We're going 6 iron. Rose, that's impressive. I cannot keep this pace. That's all I'm going to say. That was an impressive start. So I hope that's not a sign of how this is going to be, because otherwise we'll both get to Adidas.
Gosh.
All right, so 6 iron. Same target, just down that shadow. When you practice on the range, do you like to practice to targets? Or for example, today I've set us up just to the shadow. Would you do that?
Yeah, I love practicing to targets actually. I just think that visualizing where the pin is and then accounting for how to get my golf ball there. All in all, if it comes to iron play, I'm definitely going more target oriented.
And will you ever... Tiger's obviously famous for the 9 windows. Will you work different shapes?
I will work different shapes, but I do say that I work on my draw bias a lot more swing-wise, because when I am a little bit off, I tend to fade the ball. So it's more so of getting my numbers accurate, so I calibrate my swing, and then I go on the course, and then I start looking at different shots.
Calibration. I absolutely love that. I hope that I'm calibrated here, because sometimes I'm not sure what I'm going to hit. So we'll go for, I'll try and call it before, flighted-ish 6 iron. Not worry too much if it draws or fades, but little draw would be nice.
Oh.
I'm happy with that. I didn't quite get it, So I'm going to say 166 normalized, 173. That's the huge gap I've given you there.
It's really not that bad.
That's a huge gap. That was
Okay.
actually probably hit better than I thought. You got 7 yards here, Rose. This one is
Ooh.
definitely going to be your victory, I think.
Wind's picking up a little bit.
It is, but
It's not like it matters.
you got to get within 7 yards. I'm toast for sure.
All right, all right. Uh, 158.
158. You hit it good?
All right. It's probably 160.
This is going to be really difficult. 156.
Oh, there we go.
You're on D.
There we
AD.
go.
Okay. All right. I'm going 5 iron. I need to know my numbers better. That's what this shows to me.
I will say that
I'm one
if
behind.
you can get within probably 5-10 yards, it's
Then you know
honestly
your
not-
yardages.
Yeah, it's really not that bad.
Little fade, 5 iron. Depending on how it comes
Right.
off, it should be between 185 in this breeze, but normalized. Let's see. Didn't hit it great. I'm going to say stalling as well.
It looks similar to the last
It
shot.
does. I'm going to say 176.
All right.
171 within
There you
5.
go,
You said
there
that
you
was
go.
acceptable. That was 5 iron. 176. I'm 5 out.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
killing-
funny because this is a 5 iron, but I actually don't use a 5 iron. as
Oh,
much.
really?
I use a 5 hybrid.
You can hit the 5 hybrid if you want.
I can do that. Let's
There
just
you
do
go.
that then.
See how you get on. I like that.
There we go.
Different shaft in the hybrid versus the iron. So this is a hybrid shaft.
Yes,
Lighter
this is
weight?
a hybrid shaft. Maybe a little bit lighter weight. I played with hybrids my whole life. It definitely helps me since I'm not that far of a hitter growing up, and this just gets the ball up in the air.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to use a 5 hybrid.
Great
She'll
shot.
go like 173.
Call him 173.
Ah, shoot.
168. We're in 5 again. We both get a letter. ADI, AD. All right. I'm going to let you pick the club.
Let's do 8 iron.
8 time. Okay.
Let's do a nice little draw.
Okay.
Let's stick to
Draw shot.
a little draw shot.
Low draw, high draw. I don't know why I'm saying it. You're the pro. I should be letting you do
mean-
that. I'll go low draw.
Yeah.
Low draw.
Go ahead.
And I'll see if what the yardage is. I like that.
There you go.
I'm going to say 156.
Alrighty.
Might be longer, but I'm going to say 156. 149. I think there's room here again. Tell us how you hit the low draw.
Yeah, low draw, ball's a little bit back in my stance. This is great for wind golf, actually. I like to put my hands forward and then just place more emphasis on leaning towards the left side, making sure my hands are low, and then just rotating and pivoting through. So
Ball position change for you?
just a little bit of a change.
A little bit further back.
Yes.
That's a great shot.
That thing will go like 138, 37. 137. Final answer.
137. That's within 7.
Oh,
That gets me tied, right? Is that
Yeah.
right? That gets me tied.
guess that does get you
This is
tied.
interesting. This is interesting, Rose.
Alrighty.
We'll keep it on the irons. We'll go 9 iron.
Okay.
ADI, ADI. So when you hit the low draw, do you ever worry about overdrawing it?
I do. I am very careful about it just because if I do tend to come down, I'm a little bit stuck, then I like to flip it a little bit, and that can cause a lot more left curvature than I like. It would rather be a pull draw than overdraw
Yeah.
that I have as a tendency. It is something that I am aware of. It's just something I consciously think about. It usually helps when I'm trying to synchronize my golf swing a little bit more.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the closest to 100 yards. We're mixing it up for this one,
Oh,
but with 9 iron.
interesting.
You must probably hit 9 iron, what, stock 115, 120, 125?
Yeah, 125.
Okay, so I'm going to try and go 9 iron, 100 yards, see who gets closest. I think that's pretty good.
Wow, it's pretty solid.
117, it's awful. It's awful, Rose. It's not pretty good at all. Sounded good though, didn't it?
It looked good.
You will absolutely crush that one. 9 iron, 100 yards, feel shot.
All right.
It's a little short, no?
It shouldn't be that short.
You get it. You get it.
Tough.
Okay. ADID. Pick a club. What do you
Alrighty.
think? What's the strength of your game?
Strength of my game is it's actually my iron game. Let's go with a 5 wood.
5. I got 3 wood. 4 wood. I can go with 4 wood.
I can go with 3 wood too.
I got 4 wood, so I'm
Okay.
killing you every which way possible on that one.
All right.
You've had the same coach for a long time, right?
Yes, I've had the same coach for 9 years.
What do you think that's given you as a player, like the ability for the security of the whole thing and not changing?
Helps a lot. I think having a team that is very stable and is constant is very important for just your game and how you process the game in general, because there's a lot of constant moving factors in the golf game if you're taking into account of every single week you're traveling, and there's so many variables that you have to consider. But if you have one constant voice or someone that really looks out for your swing and knows your game as well as you do, it allows for better conversation when you are in a slump or when you're not doing as great. There's always pros to having someone that knows your game, you can go to for any questions, and you can bounce off ideas as well.
Yeah.
Because you're comfortable with them.
Obviously-
that helped me a lot.
Obviously, you came out and won really early and had these stellar wins. How did you have the confidence and the wherewithal to know, like, the path I'm on and the journey I'm going and the places and the teachers that I'm choosing, how were they the right ones? How did that confidence come to just be there?
The confidence partially comes with intuition, right? You have to know what you want in your golf game, and to find the right people to listen to engage with, interact with, you have to know yourself. Taking initiative of your own game and your own personality, that always comes into play when you're interacting with someone else on your team potentially, or even, throughout, I guess a really changing season. I personally like to always check myself, trying to find ways to be more consistent rather than trying to find little things to keep improving on. I like to figure out methods to improve my golf game and make it further consistent, more engaging, and that's what I really focus on. So when finding people, I want to find people that can test my waters a little bit more with what I'm doing in the golf game, but at the same time, they're not just recklessly changing what I need to change.
Sure, it's a trusted thing that you're doing. I get it.
100%.
I get it. All right, 4 wood. I've no idea how far this is going to go. I'll tell you when I've hit it.
Can't say I know either. Oh.
That is 240, 227, way off.
Wow.
Great shot, that.
Gosh, kind of topped a little bit, but I think it's like 189.
Geez, that's impressive. Really impressive. 186.
That was not great.
ADIDA. The end is near. Right, I'm going to pick so I can cling on, hopefully. We'll go 7-iron. With so much of the game ahead of you and so much of your career ahead of you, what are you looking most forward to when it comes to the future?
That's a really good question. I'm actually looking forward to how I can grow in the season, just because I don't know where I'm going to be by the end of the year. I don't think anyone knows where they're going to be. We obviously have goals in mind of what we want to accomplish and what we want to do. Rather than thinking a lot about what I want to accomplish, I'm more so interested in the process of how I'm going to get there. That's something that I learned from last year, just the first 6 months being as a rookie. It's just a lot more of a different dynamic, and entering that world of just media and then professional golf, it's so much more different than being an amateur. So with that in mind, I honestly don't know where I'm going to be, but I will say I wish for myself to be in uncomfortable situations and kind of grow from there.
The pressure and being in the pressure, that's something you want to experience. You obviously want to challenge yourself, see how you react.
I do want to see what I can do out of all those different challenges. Being in adversity, that's where you're able to really grow.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, I'm in a pressure situation here. I think I'm one away from losing this competition. Let's see what I can do. 7-iron. 165.
So much better.
65. Let's see what that one does.
Will it get it?
It's got it. 55 according to that. Okay, within 10, you should be easy for you. I need to learn my numbers better, that's for sure. That's what's come out of this, if nothing else. So you've had, let's see if you can get the number exact.
147.
147.
Oh!
147. That's a mic drop. Well done. 147 on the button. Brilliant. Anyone out there who wants to know how important it is to know your numbers, I think that is a perfect example of it. Rose, if you could give one piece of advice to help finish this video, any little girls out there that are going to be looking up to you and want to be out there as a player, yes, what would be your one piece of advice? Other than know your numbers like you.
Know your numbers, play this game. One, enjoy the game. You know, you play this game for the passion of the sport. Most importantly, I would actually encourage everyone to enjoy the game through doing different activities and competitions like these. Like, it's always really fun to be with friends, always really fun to play with different people and have fun competitions with them, because that's where you're really going to grow as a player.
Fantastic. There you go. Put a cherry on top of that. Rose Zhang, everyone. Fantastic. Great job. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.